Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we're doing something a little bit different. This video was actually not planned, and I'm filming it just a few hours before it goes up on YouTube. Well, more than a few hours. It's about 1:30. I just started my lunch break on Monday, August 18th, and I am very, very overwhelmed. My anxiety has been really high just with everything that I have on my to-do list in so many different categories of life. And typically, when that happens, I have a process that I do in a planner or just a sheet like I have here. And this is actually a similar process to the workshop that I taught at Go Wild with the zebra pen. And I never really shared that much here on my channel, but I feel like this is something that I need to do, and I wanted to talk through the process with you so that you can get an idea of maybe how to take a very stressful list that's in your head, get it down on paper, and then what to do once it's down on paper, right? Because you'll have this whole long list that we're about to do here together, but it doesn't mean that the list gets done. So how do you even choose to tackle like what you're going to tackle? So, what I'm going to do is start to write down everything that I can think of and the steps it's going to take to achieve it, even if it's small. So, a really good example of that is I have laundry that's done that I need to put away, but first I need to fold it. So, fold laundry, and that's a separate task than putting away the laundry. I'd like to do them all in one shot, but I don't have to. Also, I need to empty the dishwasher because we ran it last night. Okay, then I have just some other things that are going to be in a lot of different random categories, but it's literally just going to be the way that my brain lists them out. So I think that what I'm going to do is mute this next part and kind of speed through it because I don't necessarily need to explain everything that I'm doing, but I'm going to write it all down and then we'll come back together. Okay, now I filled this page entirely. I could probably keep going, but I'm going to try something where I'm just filling up what I can see here. And then if there's time, once I finish everything that's on this list, then I can go to another page. This is an old Happy Planner notepad, by the way. So we have this list set up, and this list includes a lot of variety of things. We have stuff around the house like emptying the dishwasher. I want a back journal because I didn't bring my journal with me to Texas. I have to mail thank you cards for engagement gifts that we've received. I have some videos that I need to do. I still need to unpack. I have releases to put away, an email that I need to answer. We have stuff to do for our engagement party. So there's a big variety of things here. And I think that that's why I'm a little bit overwhelmed. I also don't love when things are pending. I like to just know what I need to do, know exactly what I need to do and then do it. And things being up in the air is a little bit stressful for me. It's something that I'm working on. So now what I'm going to do is take these 3 Mildliner dot marker colors. I believe that they're on Zebra's website, but I'll confirm that and I'll do my best to link them for you. And what we're going to do here is do some color coding. And these color coding, we're actually going to do 2 layers of color coding here. And red is going to be urgent things that absolutely have to get done as soon as possible. Yellow is going to be things that really need to get done, but not this very moment. And then green are things that I need to get done, but are going to be the last on the list. The second phase of color coding is going to come in a few minutes. So what I'm first going to do is take what is urgent and mark that off. You could also go in a different way. If you want to look at your list first and take something that can wait, that isn't so urgent, you can absolutely do that. But I'm going to put the urgent things, and some of these things may not seem urgent to you, but they're urgent to me, and I can explain why. So one of the first things that's urgent is a UGC September video that I need to do, because that has to get done in like the next 24 to 36 hours. I also am putting back journal on urgent because I don't want to be so behind on my journal that I don't remember what I was doing. Then there's going to be some things around the house that I'm qualifying as urgent for my own sanity. And things like that are emptying the dishwasher, folding laundry, putting away laundry, unpacking, a conference email. I think I'm going to put that conference email as yellow just while I see it here. It's like important, but it's not urgent for today. Choosing an engagement party date is urgent. And cleaning off my 2 desks is urgent, because I think part of where my stress level is today is because they're not clean and I'm overwhelmed working in clutter. For now, I think those are the main urgent things, and I can tell you I'm already feeling better because I've identified exactly what has to get done. The next things that I'm going to do here are still really important, but not necessarily urgent. One of them is buying a gift for a baptism. It's only 2 weeks away, and I want to make sure that if I order something online, it has enough time to come to me. I also want to get thank you cards mailed out for the engagement gifts. Then I'm going to put the Amber plans her day and Kelva plan release things as pretty important, because those are both this week. And then after that, I'd also like to put away new releases, but let me hold off there. Since the choosing the engagement party date is urgent, I am going to then put high priority of designing and sending invitations and booking the caterer. Then we're going to look at the rest. So getting photos printed from my Texas trip and the memory keeping is really important for me to do this week, because it's for a video that's going up next week, but it's not higher priority than other things here. And booking a hotel for New Hampshire. We're going to New Hampshire in the end of October for a wedding. There's still time, but I want to make sure that we book it before I forget. Condensing cardboard boxes is important, but it doesn't have to be done until Thursday night when we have recycling. Putting away new releases, I would also, again, important but not urgent. Same with clearing off my desk, scheduling a photo shoot. And I'm actually going to put the Amazon return higher up, because I don't want to lose when the Amazon return needs to be done. Like, I don't want to miss that window and then be out the money. And it's actually a blow up mattress, blow up bed, whatever it's called, that I no longer need, and so I want to return it. Okay, now that we have done that, I think maybe I'll switch. No, I'm not going to switch pen colors, but the next thing that I'm going to do is add in estimates of how long it's going to take me to do each one. I'm really good at timing. Like, I can look at this and figure out how long things will take. If it's something that you struggle with, I would start to make guesses around your to-do list of how long you think something is going to take you. And then when you start that task, set a timer and see how long it actually took, so that as you're preparing this in the future, you'll have a better idea. Similar to like budgeting. If you don't know what to budget, you want to track your previous spending. It's the same thing with time management. See how long things take you. So folding laundry should really take no more than 10 minutes. And then once the laundry is folded, putting it away shouldn't take more than 5. Emptying the dishwasher is also 5 minutes. Back journaling, I'm going to give myself 10 minutes. I only have 3 days of back journaling to do. Printing Texas photos can take a little bit longer. We'll give that 20 minutes. And then the Texas memory keeping video, I would say that the filming of the video, the writing in, the thumbnail, all of that, I'm going to do as 60. I think instead of doing hours here, we're just going to do this all for minutes. Booking a hotel for New Hampshire, I'm going to do 15 minutes, because there's two hotel options. One of them is a fancier boutique hotel. That's where the wedding is. And the other one is a more budget-friendly hotel. I looked at both, and the boutique hotel is about $5.99 per night. We need to stay for 2 nights. And the budget-friendly hotel is $199 per night. But James and I need to talk about it because it's up in like a remote area of New Hampshire, and there isn't transportation from the budget-friendly hotel to the wedding hotel. And I want to make sure that we make a good decision about, if we need to be driving between the two and all of that kind of stuff. So that is just more of a conversation and then booking it. Buying the baptism gift, I'm not entirely sure what I'm getting yet, but I'm going to give myself 30 minutes here. And then mailing the thank you cards is also going to require buying stamps. So mailing thank you cards is also for me going to be going to the post office. So I'm just going to do 20 minutes here to go to the post office, buy a whole bunch of stamps for future cards as well, and then getting these mailed. My September video will be about 60 minutes. Condensing cardboard boxes should take 15. Unpacking my suitcase shouldn't take more than 10. Unpacking my backpack as well. Filming a launch video for Amber Plans Her Day. It's probably a 30-minute task. And then creating the graphics. Let's do 5 minutes for those graphics and 5 minutes for the Keleva Plan graphics. The conference email that I need to send should also take no longer than 5 minutes. I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to put away new releases. I'm also going to do 20 minutes for each of my desks and my couch. Choosing the engagement party date, we're very close to choosing it. So let's just do another 15-minute conversation about that. I did work on the invitation designs while I was on the plane to Texas. So I really just need about 10 more minutes to confirm all the details and show them to James. And then sending the invitations is probably going to be a 60-minute process to compile addresses and things like that. Scheduling a photo shoot. One of my good friends is a photographer and has offered to do an engagement photo shoot for James and I. And so scheduling it is more about James and I sitting down, talking, and seeing when would be a good time and checking her availability. And that's probably 20 minutes. I already know who's catering the party, but I need to talk to him about the menu. It's probably a 20-minute option, and then a 20-minute task. I'm also going to add in here a note for myself for allergies. I know that one person at the engagement party has celiacs, so there needs to be gluten-free options, and one person who's coming has a dairy allergy, so I need to have a conversation with the caterer to see how we can accommodate that. And then the Amazon return. So the Amazon return, unfortunately, isn't at Whole Foods, which is where I usually do returns, and also happens to be next to the post office where I need to get stamps from for this. I have to do this Amazon return at Staples. Staples is probably 10 minutes away depending on traffic lights, so I'll give myself 30 minutes for that. So those are my minute things. Now, what we're going to do is actually just take a sticky note, but you could also do it over here. And what I want to do is total up the time for each of these colors. So anything next to red. So 10, 15, 20, 30, 90, 110, why am I not using a calculator for this? Well, okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So 10 is kind of like a budgeting video. It's like you have a certain amount of money, you have a certain amount of hours in the day. Oops, I messed it up. All right, let's try this again. I was trying to do it in a way that you can see everything I'm doing. 10 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10 plus 60 plus 20 plus 40 plus 15. We are at 165 minutes. So that is 2 hours and 45 minutes. Is that right? No, that's not right. um, oh my goodness. 6 divided by 60. Oh, is it 2 hours and 45 minutes? 60 minutes plus 60 minutes is 120. Then we have 45. I did that right. Okay. All right, next up, we're going to go for the yellows. And the reason that I'm totaling this all up is going to make sense shortly. I just need to kind of get this process mapped out. So here we have 50 plus 45 plus 70 plus 50, also 165 minutes. All right, then we're going to go for greens. 95 plus 15 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 170 minutes. It actually was pretty even. Like the way that I did that, they're all very close to each other. And I'm actually really proud of how that turned out. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is delegate days to get things done. So I'm going to pull out 4 markers. And here, I'm going to choose what days I'm going to assign things to. And I'm doing this in a Monday through Thursday process. I'm using R for Thursday. And the reason I'm doing Monday through Thursday is because we are most likely going down to the shore this weekend. So I want to have these listed, everything on this list that I can get done by then. So Monday. What's important for me to remember about Monday is it's today. And my free time today is pretty much limited to however long I have on my lunch break after filming this video, which will probably be 30 minutes, but I do need to eat lunch. And then after work. I am someone who likes to get things done in the earlier part of the day because I run out of energy, especially because I just got home from a trip. So I'd really not want to spend more than 2 hours after work getting things done. When I look at this list here, I have more than 2 hours worth of things on the list, but we're going to prioritize. So I mentioned earlier that this September video needed to be done probably in the next 36 hours. It doesn't have to be done today. So what I'm going to do is, you could also use, by the way, the other side of this if you wanted to visually see and not have dots on either side. So let's try that. So for Monday, we're going to fold laundry. And you may not want to cross it out until it's done. I can cross out over here or check off. So now we have 15, 20, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. And then we're going to get these 3 done as well. So now I have, let's try that again, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 90, 105 minutes. So a little bit under 2 hours. The only thing that was urgent on my list that I'm not doing today is this September video. So I think that that's really good for what I wanted to set out to do. The next thing is going to be the yellow. So I'm going to put for Tuesday this video, this, Actually, I know I put this on a yellow, but this is only going to take me 5 minutes, and I'm going to put it back to Monday because it's just something that I can get off my list. So I think that that'll be better. We're also going to do the invitation designing here. And let's see how much time I put there for myself. Well, 60, 90, 100, 110. I don't remember what the total here was. I feel like that was kind of close, right? Because wait, let's try this again. Sorry. This is something I do all the time in my head, but doing it on camera is a little bit different. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55. That's not right. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay. 55, I added this after, right? 55, 75, 95, 110. So that's also 110. Now, what's really nice about this list though, and I may actually be switching something around all of a sudden, is Tuesday night I have a Patreon co-working Zoom. Our co-working Zooms are an hour that is dedicated to getting something done. And that would really be the perfect opportunity for me to do these two cleaning things. So I'm actually going to change what I did here because I don't think that it makes sense to add this to my list today when it could be something that I do tomorrow. So I'm just going to use my correction tape here. Because even though it's urgent, it can wait until tomorrow because I already have a dedicated hour tomorrow to be able to work on things like this. And if you're curious about work desk versus filming desk, I have two desks. One of them is used for filming videos that I'm on now, and one of them is used for my job. Okay, so we're going to shift these now over to Tuesday. And I'm also going to put this on Tuesday, even though it's green, that gives me the hour right there. Now let's come back because now on Tuesday, we do have a lot more added, but I have more time available for it. So let me see if there's anything else that I can add to Monday's list. So all of my reds are handled. So now I really want to look at my yellow. Booking the caterer is dependent on choosing the engagement party date. So I can't do that yet. So some of these are dependent on other ones. But what I can definitely do is buy the baptism gift and print the Texas photos. Now, next up we have Wednesday. So Wednesday, we should have the engagement party date by then. So we're going to do the sending of invitations, booking the caterer, mailing thank you cards. And if I'm already going out to go to the post office, I may as well go out and do that Amazon return. And then I'm going to go to Thursday for a second because I don't need to do the cardboard boxes until Thursday. So we're going to put those here. The new releases can also wait until Thursday. Scheduling the photo shoot can wait until Thursday. And then so can Texas memory keeping and booking the hotel for New Hampshire. Okay, everything is now crossed off. I'm going to do one more color, and this color is going to be gray. And what I'm going to put in gray here is anything that I cannot do on my own, anything that I need to essentially schedule with James because we have to do it together. And there's not a lot on here, but I want to make a note of that. I'm actually going to put it over here so that I can visually see what's something we need to do together. Condensing cardboard boxes, either of us will do, but it's not waiting on him. So I'm not going to do that one. It's really just the New Hampshire hotel, choosing the engagement party date, designing the invitations, sending the invitations, and scheduling the photo shoot. I know him enough to know what he'll want on the menu, so I can have the conversation with the caterer without that, or I may just start a text conversation, like a group chat for the three of us. So now that I'm looking at this, I feel like I have a really good idea of what I need to tackle each day without it being overwhelming. I'm sort of regretting covering these up with the highlighter. I wish I had just used the bullet point next to it because it kind of looks like it's done and it's a little stressful for me to look at. But all I need to really do is look at my Monday here and look at the things that are in pink so I know exactly what needs to be done next. Another way you can do this, of course, is just by putting the bullet point over here or even writing something like M next to it. You don't have to color code it. I like color coding because I like things to be visual, but it's not something that you need to do the exact same way that I am. Maybe in this video, you've gotten an idea about something that can be like that you can do on your side, or like you've gotten an idea, even if you're not going to do it in the exact same process as I'm doing it. So I will say, since May, I've been wanting to do a video like this to really show you how, when I'm feeling stressed, I get all of this stuff mapped out. And I haven't really been able to find like a week that I felt like I had the opportunity of a to-do list that wasn't things that were private. A lot of times things in my to-do list are private because of, things that just aren't being shared, or releases that are coming up or something like that. This week, my to-do list is very much like there's nothing on here that I have a problem sharing with you. So hopefully you found this helpful. So I'm just going to go through. I do like this look here. I feel like it's just very visual and really easy to see which is going to be assigned for which day. And then the next step, really, which I'm not going to do on camera, but the next step is just moving these things into my planner. I should have really done this morning because then I know what to write in my planner. But the overwhelm didn't hit me until my day started, and I really was thinking about everything that I need to do. So that is a little bit of a tip for you of color coding, time tracking, not memory keeping, prioritizing a to-do list. I hope that you found it helpful and that you're okay with a little bit of a different video today and kind of a last minute video, but I'm excited to share this process. Let me know if you've used something similar and what your thoughts are, and I'll link the dot markers if I can find them in the description of the video. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.